Hello everybody, evidence for you here. Everybody's favorite here on YouTube, Mr. G-Man, made another video about atheism, a topic he knows nothing about, which forced me to correct him about it. This is what followed. Only the names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Preaching to the Choir Ministries. And today we're going to talk about how people make their decisions in life. If you listen to the secular community or the atheist community, a lot of them will tell you that the way they make their decisions is because of logic and reasoning. They make their decisions based on demonstrable and empirical evidence. They use the scientific method. That's how they come to the conclusion that something is real or not real, or something is true or isn't true, or whether or not they like vanilla or whether or not they like chocolate.
The the secular community uses the scientific method to decide whether they like vanilla or chocolate.
And I'm going to prove that in a minute, okay? First and foremost, let's consider something. Let's talk about that ice cream cone of vanilla and chocolate. When you go to the store, do you consider everything about the ice cream cone, about whether or not you're lactose intolerant? When you get that craving for ice cream, do you go shopping for that ice cream or that brand based on how much milk they put in it versus cream versus sugar? Do you go do that considering how much weight you will gain if you actually buy some ice cream? No, you don't. You're making an emotional decision when you go about buying that ice cream. Because when you get that craving for that ice cream, it's going to be because of past memories, not because of your research or how bad ice cream is. It's going to go based on past memories of how good that chocolate or vanilla ice cream tastes.
From where have you got this notion that atheists use the scientific method for every decision they make in their life? That is clearly wrong and actually impossible. Why is it that some Christians seem to cherry-pick the bad or the stupid comments under their videos and only respond to them?
But that's not all. When you go out there and you go shop for your new car, granted, I can't say all of you are like this, but most of you, when you get a car, you want something, especially when you're young, you want something that's going to look good, to the young ladies or if you're a lady, maybe to the men in your family. You know what I mean? I guess women are, then again, they make a bunch of emotional decisions. I'll prove that in a minute soon. But when you get your car, you're not thinking about mileage, especially when you guys get SUVs. Please, you're not thinking about that then. I mean, consider all the gas that you got to spend and how much money you're going to have to wallet out. I remember back when the gas prices, at least where I lived, was almost $5 a gallon, and people were driving SUVs like crazy. They didn't sell the SUVs; they just kept buying them, driving locally to their job and everything, spending all this money on gas, making these oiler people richer than what they need to be. You're not using any logic and reasoning when you're thinking about your vehicles. You're thinking about the gratification you're going to get with your vehicle. But let's take it a step further. What about that PS4 and that Xbox One a lot of you bought? Well, you're really thinking about the fact that that game depreciates after you buy it. Meaning, if you don't have your receipt, if you lose it somehow, or if you ain't got the warranty or nothing like that, and you play that game one time, the value on that thing goes down. Just like the house when you buy it. Just like the car you're going to drive. So when you drive it off the lot, value goes down. Do you think about that before you spend all that money on those things? No, you don't, because you have emotional attachments to these things. You know the gratification you're going to get from having that car, the gratification you're going to get from having that ice cream, and the gratification you're going to get from having that Xbox One or that PS4. Okay? So this idea that people make decisions based on logic and reasoning is just ridiculous. Okay? But there's a certain community out there that will have you believe this. They're called the atheist community. They believe that if they can logic you to death, they can get you to turn your back on Jesus Christ. That doesn't make any logical sense, like you're Spock or somebody. That's not logical. Yeah. And that's why people make their decisions. No. They know full well a person's going to make a decision. As a matter of fact, the decision that they made to become an atheist wasn't a logical reasoning. It wasn't a logical reason. It wasn't because of reasoning, and it wasn't because of the scientific method. It certainly wasn't because of any demonstrable or empirical evidence. Oh, you guys kill me. But anyway, it had nothing to do with that. No, you made an emotional decision. See, this is what happened. You got your Bible one day, you opened it up, and you read about Exodus chapter 21. You looked at the global flood, and your little mind could not understand what was going on. And instead of seeking out and getting proper apologetics about what you were reading, what did you do? You made an emotional decision to say that, Mike, I can't believe it. This guy is so immoral. But you repressed it, and you didn't want to show it to anybody. So, time went on. Then you met some logical person who was actually going to say what your itching ears wanted to hear. There's no proof for God. So you decided to run with that and make believe that that's actually the reason why you're an atheist. No, you're an atheist because you think that God is an immoral monster. That is why you're an atheist.
Atheists do not believe in God because they think he is an immoral monster. That statement is incoherent.
It has nothing to do because of evidence. And if anybody is doubting that, just have an argument with an atheist based on evidence. They have none. They have no proof that there's no God.
Atheists have no proof there is no God. You've made this statement before, G-Man, and I have explained this failure of logic to you. First, the burden of proof is on the one making a positive claim. If you claim there is a God, you have to prove it. Me not believing your statement that there is a God is not a positive claim. Sure, I have reasons for not believing in all the God claims I've heard so far, and we can talk about those reasons, but automatically believing in God just because you don't think atheists can't prove there is none is poor apologetic. Second, if humans had to believe in all claims we cannot disprove, we would have to believe in all sorts of weird claims. It also depends on what kind of evidence you accept or expect. If you, for example, claim that your God exists, and one of the evidences for this is that he created humans and all other life we know of 6,000 years ago, I can with much confidence say that this God probably do not exist, because that statement is scientifically wrong. The Earth is much older than 6,000 years. Life was not spoken into existence from nothing, and T-Rex did not coexist with humans, just to mention a few errors. The rest of the video includes the no true Scotsman fallacy, positive claims about God without evidence, statements like atheism is hatred towards God, more positive claims about the existence of God without evidence, and the usual mentioning a few times of Alex Bottom, whom he has permanently blocked and won't talk to anymore. I'll leave a link to G-Man's full video in the description as usual. That's all, folks. Take care. From where have you got this notion that